back, and good evening to everyone to the day 2 of the Eclipse Summer Showdown series. It is Vert alongside our play-by-play caster, the GOAT, the Monkey One Trick, and Jokey. How you doing today?
I'm doing very, very swag, actually. It's my day off. I have a very quaint game ahead of me. My old team,
Very
actually.
quaint. Yes, you did play for Solar, and you actually made a special request to be able to cast for Solar yesterday, but you weren't able to because we were behind. But we're on time today, so you're able to make it
Yeah.
happen. Speaking of being on time, we do have the game schedule. We have more games remaining. There are also some games being played on our B stream right now on YouTube. This is the A stream, so right now Cuddle and Solar is being played. And then later on, it's going to be Solar versus Rat Milkers on the B stream. And then to close the night out, we've got Checkmate versus Rat Milkers. That is going to be our last and final game over here on the A stream with Alex and Shuttle casting that. But we are here with the Solar and Cuddle Puddle matchup. Cuddle Puddle off to a rough start right now. 1-2. Solar 0-1, but they had that close game versus Checkmate yesterday, the one that my goat and Jokey wanted to cast. So we'll have to see how they're going to do here. Both teams are ready. Cuddle Puddle decided to choose Nepal. Solar Eclipse banned the Symmetra. Yes, they banned the Symmetra, and then Cuddle Puddle ended up banning the Juno. So we are going in right now as we're talking. Just a little glance about our hero bans. It's OWCS rules. No team can.
How many Nepals, or no, sorry, how many Li Shangs did we say yesterday? Wasn't it like all Li Shang?
I'm pretty sure it was all Li Shang, yeah. Nepal's the first.
Yeah.
It's been all Li Shang so far.
it made me think like it was almost like a requirement in the rulebook. Like why did I see so much Li Shang in this stinking game?
Yeah, all maps are available to teams right now, and we did see a lot of Li Jing yesterday. Solar actually went 2-0 versus Checkmate on Li Jing. It is worth noting that Ramantra is available. That's been a pretty consistent ban for both teams all throughout the series long. Neither team really wanting to play Ramantra. But as I say that, we've got the pizza by what? I don't know if they're playing this. I don't know if they're playing this. I trust the Solar comp. We've got Brownman on the Soj, Burfield on the Tracer, he's a beast. We've got the Rev tank line, and then we've got Paperclip and Xerneas on that Lucio Bap. Obviously, we're probably not going to get a real lineup until teams are out. I'm very curious by what I'm looking at, though, right now in Jokey.
I'm trying to think here. With this comp, I mean, I think Cuddle Puddle is just going to kind of chill back. It's kind of obvious what they're going for. I can only imagine they're going to play the Pharah the same way that we were seeing the Pharah being played on, I think it was, what was the map? Kings Row by Blackout. I remember seeing that. So it looks like both teams are coming out on the right side. We're going to see how they handle their shield exchange here. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, I would like to see the Freya take an angle, but I'm not sure if they're comfortable going on an angle with Tracer pressuring them here, as we see on their screen here. In the meantime, we do see the Discord going onto the Ramantra to make sure he doesn't aggress too far on with his Nemesis form. In the meantime, there's still a Freya in the backline of Cuddle Puddle, just trying to make sure that we keep this Freya in check. When finally our Freya does actually end up snagging a little something, but I mean, it's about enough time for our good fellow Brandman here to snag a little kill onto Andoryu. In the meantime, Freya finally finds the angle and ends up snagging a little kill onto Paperclip here. Bit of a cooldown exchange on the support lineup going in here. Recall does get forced, which means that the Tracer does not feel as comfortable facing off against the pseudo one-shot character Freya. In the meantime, the Sigma does try to push onto the point here, trying to take as much pressure, as much space as possible with his double flex support backline here. Freya is forced into a bit of an uncomfortable situation while Brandman essentially has an uncontested sideline just pestering into them. That does actually give them enough pressure to, enough pressure for their Sigma to, sorry, their Ramantra to be able to snag a kill onto their Sigma, solo contesting the point there. And just like that, Solar Eclipse does end up getting the point.
That was such a long fight, in fact, that most ultimates are going to be online for this exchange. You know, you're right, Cuddle looking to chill and bait out resources, and they did that well enough. I mean, there was no speed from Solar to go in because this Discord orb is just consistently forcing Amp out of Paperclip. If they could continue that and win this resource trade, they might see some more picks go their way. And as I say that, Pandori already getting a pick on the Paperclip. But Burfield's doing his thing.
I mean, we just snagged a very easy 3K for the Burdinator here. I mean, looks like they will be able to snag the point back, but that 3K at the very end does end up allowing them to. That's basically almost all their members here. Cuddle has been taken down here for the most part, except for their Sigma, still hanging around just long enough to be able to snag a couple little something.
And that's a 4K for Bertfield in the first 2 minutes of the game. This dude is just, we said it yesterday versus Checkmate, this dude's just been a game changer for Solar. He's been playing super well, and Rev went full send in with the Ramantra World after losing both supports. Maybe it was a bit of a miscommunication. Still able to get that pulse bomb off, but we're going to see Pizza Bot match the Ramantra, which is interesting because typically Brook is the Ramantra player in Joki.
I'm not too sure here. I guess. Holy wait, was that a solo? Was that a solo hold onto the chaser? So the player doesn't just second down, or she attempts the solo to the chaser. Chaser does end up getting a clap back. In the meantime, Cuddle is snagging a couple members, especially with the. I'm assuming that the Kitsune Rush popping out here, trying to see what they can do here, doing a little something here.
Dude, Bertfield is taking over this lobby right now. Cuddle are doing everything they possibly can to win this game. They're getting pick after pick, and Bertfield is literally just getting 3K after 3K after 3K. He's gonna get another 4K if he kills this Tracer in Joki.
I mean, I can only hold on. Rev does end up sagging the little kill here onto the Tracer, on not allowing the 4K to, or the 4K to come up here.
I mean, this is literally just annihilation. No pun intended. Bertfield is down. The raid boss is down, but they don't even touch. I mean, that just is what it is. I mean, I don't even know what to break down there because Puddle was winning a lot of those exchanges, getting a lot of early picks, and I was going to ask how on earth the slow composition of Puddle is possibly killing the fast composition of Solar, but they were somehow doing it, but it didn't matter because Bertfield was just going absolutely nuts on the Tracer, and I have a feeling if Cuddle loses this map, I know who they're gonna ban next map. It's just a little something slight. It's just a feeling that's possessing me right now.
Trying to think. So we do end up seeing the round coming out here. I'm a little curious. So again, okay, like I said before, we do see some teams electing to go for the skill check, especially with this Mei on this map. When they're both coming out here, it's going to be basically a skill check to understand. Okay, they have a Mei, they have a Ryan. We are not allowed or permitted to be on this high ground. It looks like they are getting the memo here. A little too late, unfortunately. Rev is caught out of position. Thankfully, he's not pinned against the Mei wall, and it should be able to live, maybe. Okay, he does not get. Ooh, hold on, never mind. The Ryan just swings around the corner, using his mighty hammer to swing around the corner and snag a little something.
Yeah, and I mean, just a really good wall from. Oh, good pick from Brownman. But just a really good wall.
Brownman is chilling on the flank here, getting some nice easy shots for Zern to be able to follow up on, snag a couple of kills. Despite them hard forcing the issue up on that side there, we do end up seeing a little exchange here. If they are able to take this point back, it should be with these angle usage. It's just gonna be up to them to see how much they can really disrupt this point. The Nemesis does get forced out, and we do end up seeing their Kiri actually get taken down here. So shout out to shout out to Solar Eclipse to little something. Another Nemesis Spartan has come through trying to finish off this Genji here, and with about 32% given to the side of Cuddle, they do snag the point back.
Yeah, and now we're having a bit of a composition change. Solar is actually looking to play not terribly too slow, but I mean a little slower than Cuddle Puddle. Cuddle Puddle has no hit scan. They want to get on the point. They want to force the issue on the point. They want to play there. Brownman could just take right angles, get some pop shots. Rev and Bertfield could follow up on it, and as I said, that Bertfield's already on this flank. That pulse? Question mark?
Again, once again, main one does come through. We do end up seeing a little Nemesis, a little bit of annihilation come through here. We're gonna see what else we can snag here. We do have getting a couple of 2Ks here. They're now down a couple of their members here. It's gonna be up to them to see if they can snag a little kill. An ambitious pin just to come through on the side of Cuddle, but they are taken down swiftly without any significant repercussions there.
Yeah, I mean, the pulse and the annihilation was a bit of a waste. Cuddle Puddle is going to be coming up on an ult advantage here, and if you're going to get any sort of foot in the door in this map so far to get back into the series, it's going to have to be here. You've got an ult advantage in almost every single metric, so you got to use it. I mean, you're leading on the beat, you've got the Kitsune, and Geo, early pick on the Brownman can start this fight off well. But not if Bertfield just does his thing.
Some slide away. A fan comes from downtown onto the Ramachi here, seeing what he can do here. A little bit of a blade Geo trying to snag a little kill. Wait, it falls off the stinking map. A little unlucky for the brother here. But I mean, the fight is still going on here. We're gonna see what else we can end up seeing here. The point does get flipped, and it's gonna be up to Cuddle or up to Solar to see if they can snag their space back.
Yeah, point does get flipped, and Solar's just calling for a small regroup. They've got the Bob, they've got the Consumer, they've got the Beat, they've got another Pulse Bomb, and Cuddle is going to be down on ults here. We're getting an early cap on as Bob's going into this point.
Now being able to see this sync, we are seeing a couple of exchanges here. And the Kitsune does end up coming through in exchange for Zernis' life here. Going down, a recall is forced out, so the Trisha won't be as comfortable, gandering around this point here. It looks like most of their members are just anchoring on the point, as far as I can tell, which should allow Solar to snag a couple of, some. Wait, actually, I take it all back. They're playing antithetical to my stinking calls here. We are seeing some of these members scattering onto the high ground here. Point is getting forced, and it looks like the Ryan will be forced to TP back to pin back to the location here.
Yeah, Rev swapping to the Monkey is interesting into the Reinhardt, but it's not going to matter. I can't even analyze because Paperclip and Brownman have found more picks. I mean, that just might. I mean, fight's still going on. PizzaBot's still on this point. Solar down crucial people. Rev getting another pick. Surely they win this. Yeah, they're going to win this. Looking at the. Why would they go the Monkey over the Ram into the Rhine? You feel like that's a favorable matchup there.
I mean, I'll be honest. What if I just say you can tickle the stinking Reinhardt here?
And now we're seeing a swap over to the Diva as well, not wanting to match the Winston here. Burfield, that's the Pulse Bomb. He could probably do something with it. Brownman coming up on that bomb soon if he just lives, but an early pick on a Geo could spell trouble for the hopes of Cuddle.
We are seeing Monkey getting a decent amount of space and a little bubble getting placed down there, giving enough space for the Burninator to snag a little something. In the meantime, an incredible cleave is being forced into the ranks of Cuddle Puddle, seeing what they can do. The Diva is getting chunked here with very little defense matrix getting forced out. Rev, after completing his side quest, finishing off their executor here, does end up returning to the point and finishing off that little fight. Nice little 2-0 for the side of Solar Eclipse.
Yeah, good 2-0 from Solar, very solid. It looked like they knew what they wanted to do pretty much the entire time. I mean, literally the Burtonator just going crazy on that Tracer. I mean, but Rev showing off the tank tactics, kind of going a little bit bananas, kind of taking over the lobby, kind of doing his thing. I mean, Cuddle Puddle had a decent strategy, but it just feels like they didn't really stick to what they really wanted to do. It felt like they were all over the place.
Well, okay, so it's like I was saying, I think you can get a lot of work done if you just bombard the opponent, the opposition with these like skill checks, or knowledge checks, whatever you'd like to call them. I believe that Cuddle is actually really, really good at this, like throwing out things that it's like, I'm trying to think. It's like in chess when someone doesn't go the basic orthodox what do you call it, like openings, and the because you don't have these like obscure openings memorized, the opponent team has to think quick on their feet to figure out the answer. Obviously they're not played at the highest level because most of these high pro players know how to handle these situations, but if you apply a constant like bombardment of very chicanery onto the opponent team, you can work a little magic. We were seeing that I think in the first match of the first game, Blackout's first opponent, if I'm not mistaken, managed to sneak out a little something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on who Blackout faced.
Oh, Blackout ended up facing...
The first? Here, let me
they ended up facing
Radmilkers, yes! Radmilkers, my god! Yeah, they also were electing to do the same kind of strat of just like pull out zany things and put the onus on the opponents to figure out how to handle it.
Yeah, pull out zany things. I don't know if this is necessarily zany, but it is definitely an interesting choice. We're getting a lot of new maps today, which I appreciate. We're going over to Midtown. That it was Cuddle Puddle's pick, so that's going to give Solar first ban as we go here. What do you think we're going to see with these I mean, with the bans potentially.
I don't know. Last time I was on Midtown, I played Monkey on defense. That was pretty nice. But someone tells me Monkey isn't exactly the best thing. I have seen a very schnutty Doom. I don't know if either team has a quaint Doom fist on this map, but that might be a little.
Don't you always play monkey though? Isn't that like just your thing?
Well, this was yeah, but I thought it was a pretty nice thing, just sitting on the high ground. It kind of reminded me of like how you play Dorado, just like the peekaboo thing.
The peekaboo?
Yeah, yeah.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're gonna get into the ban phase, and just a reminder of how these bans currently work. No same hero banning. Cannot ban same role. Coin flip for first ban. Loser of map bans first. So basically, what that means is once the Sig is banned, Cuddle cannot ban a similar hero. And once Solar bans Sig, they can't ban Sig again. Is how we're doing it. So they ban the Sigma. That's interesting. They're probably expecting them to keep Pizza Bot in. And that's probably why they're expecting the Sig. They just don't want to play into it. We're going to see what the other ban from Cuddle is in just a few moments. Coming in soon. What do you think they're going to ban? And Jokey, I have a feeling they're going to ban the Tracer. I feel like that'd be a waste because if you can win this Midtown map, you could potentially ban Tracer the third map.
Remind me, third map is supposed to be a push, or no, Flashpoint, is it? Is it Flashpoint? I remember Flashpoint maps. Yeah, it's Flashpoint for third map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Tracer's kind of chilling on all three of the Flashpoint maps, right? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So they did actually save the Tracer ban. They did in fact ban the Soj, and we are getting some substitutions. We are putting in PizzaBot for Brook, or Brook's going in for PizzaBot rather, and Dixie, tank player that we haven't seen for Solar yet, is coming in for Reverts here. I'm very curious keeping him out. We're gonna be getting here just in a moment. Just making sure both teams are ready, and we should be good to go in here in just a second. Getting the R's in, getting the R's in. So, what do you normally see on Midtown and Jokey?
To be honest, it's a little bit of everything. To be honest, it's like a what you call it? I don't know how to put it. Midtown has, okay. I think the very default thing is to run Sigma. I've seen Zarya being ran a little bit. There's enough high grounds for Diva to feel a little bit comfortable. At the same time, I've also seen the triple threat fellows, the Malgo Ram, Orisa. To be honest, I don't know what you can't run on this sneaking map, except maybe Monkey.
Yeah, I feel like if there's no Sig, a lot of teams prefer. A lot of the teams prefer to run the Ram. Ram is still on the table here, and Brook, traditionally the Ramantra player, coming in for Cuddle here. So I suspect no Sig on the table. We're gonna see a Ram mirror. Dixie typically an Orisa Ram player for Solar Eclipse, so this is gonna be probably very telling. That's what we're getting here. I'm just, I'm curious. I feel like Rev is like one of those people you want in 100% of the time. If you're not gonna put him in for tank, maybe you want him in for that hit scan. I mean, Burtfield did take over the lobby, did do his thing, and he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's a dog. But like, I still can't help but feel like Solar might be missing out on an opportunity here. We did get the go-ahead okay from Cuddle. Still waiting for Solar. They said they're waiting on something they're holding. Not sure what they're holding on to. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, insurance. What insurance do you have? Do you got State Farm, Allstate? Isn't that all the same thing?
Hold on, I could step away and look at my wallet. I do keep my insurance
I'm
on
looking at my
me.
wallet right now. Let me see. Let me see what insurance I got. I know I got Champ VA for health insurance. Shout out my dad.
What's the flow from?
Progressive.
Progressive. There we go. I think I got I think I got progressive.
I am in fact on State Farm. I just checked my wallet. I forgot that I was even on State Farm.
Like,
That's interesting. So, yeah, I mean, which better, State Farm or Progressive? I mean, yeah. So we have heard from the side of Solar Eclipse. We are going to the defense here. So Solar wants to play defense first. They want to hold the momentum potentially, and Cuddle is calling for an interesting pause. You know what they said in match chat a second ago?
What they
They
say,
said
what they
their
say?
headset is on 4%.
Well,
So we're gonna have to wait a few minutes. Should we make
let's
it
charge that bad boy up here.
charge that bad boy up? I feel like you and Brooke would get along because Brooke also loves playing the monkey.
Yeah. What if I say that would make me not be a fan of them because I don't want to like split monkey game time with someone.
Mm. That's totally fair. So what makes you want to play monkey only?
I think I can't aim, and I have no mechanics, so I pick monkey.
Jeez.
That the same reason why what's the word? Why I swapped to tank originally. To be honest, I probably would have been a DPS Andy if it wasn't for the fact that like early Overwatch was well, okay, sorry. Pre-roll queue was plagued by a large number of DPS in your lineup, and the people having to fill, right? So I thought, okay, I don't want to play support. I want to be the guy who kills things, and I think at the time, like
Mhm.
people didn't really unlock the tech of shooting the enemy as support. Keep in
Yeah.
mind, Mercy healing was like was like on par with like on a pocket. Like an auto pocketing you, that like that's how good Mercy's healing was. So that kind of gave you the idea of how strong healing was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I thought, okay, I'll go Reinhardt because I also could not aim on console. So from Ryan,
Valid.
one trick to Winston, it's kind of a little it lends
Yeah.
itself.
And that's definitely one of the things that I like about Overwatch the most is that you don't have to be mechanically gifted to still be able to play the game at a good level. You know,
To
if you
sauce
just
it
got
up.
the brains, if you just got the brains and the bronze,
Yeah.
you'll be fine. Um, I just can't get over the fact that if Brooke maybe had his headset insured, then maybe we wouldn't be in this
Yeah.
situation right
Are we
now.
sponsored?
We're
Is this a
sponsored.
sponsored segment?
This is a plug. No, it is in fact not a plug. I do
Unpaid
have a
plug.
question for you. Whenever
Yeah.
you buy equipment, like at the stores, like whether it's GameStop or Walmart or wherever you get your equipment, if you're not buying it online, they're always
Yeah.
like, "Do you want to pay for this insurance?" I have a story for this. I actually did pay for the insurance because I bought a really cheap headset. So I thought to myself, "Oh, it's probably gonna break, right?" So I probably want the insurance for it, and it was like $10 extra. So I
Yeah.
paid for the insurance, and
Did that
surely
double the
enough,
cost of it?
not really no.
Okay.
Surely, wait, what's going on?
Shortly after.
What is happening?
Continue the story, man.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm reading
intrigued.
Match Trap. Um,
GG.
one min, then ready. F it. LOL. We're gonna go in just a second, but anyway, yeah. So I added $10 onto this headset for the insurance, and surely, because it's a crappy headset, it breaks. And I go back with the receipt. I say, hey, I have the insurance for this, and this thing broke. And they're like, "Oh, okay. So you have to pay $10 to get a new headset." Which, by the way, for context, the headset was like $40. I'm like, "But I already spent $10 on the insurance. Why am I paying for it when I already bought the insurance to get a new headset?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Look, man, we're giving you a headset for like $30 off." It's like if I wanted a coupon, I would have gotten a coupon, but I got the insurance. So
True.
I don't understand what it was for. I don't know if I was paying for the box or what, but I got a
Yeah.
different headset. But eventually, what was really funny about that is I kept consistently like keeping the insurance and keeping the receipt. Like I went through 4 of those headsets, bro,
Yeah.
before I bought a more permanent one. So that's my little truth or dare story right there.
Imagine if you had $160 in your pocket. Think about that.
Wait,
If you didn't
are
go
you?
through 4 of those headsets.
Oh, I would have had 100. Man, making me feel bad. All right, I've got the okay from both teams, so we're gonna be going in here
R.
for map 2 of Solar Eclipse versus Cuddle Puddle. Solar currently up 1-0, going over to the defense, and forcing Cuddle to attack first. Surely we're not going to see the Torb and the Reinhardt. We're just trolling, right? So again, the bans in here. We got rid of the Sig, and we got rid of the GG's not me forgetting. What's the other ban? It wasn't
Sojourn.
Juno, was it? Sojourn, yeah. Got rid of the Soj, got rid of the Sig. What do you think we're gonna see here then?
What if I say Ram, Freya,
Um,
um, I don't know.
But you know what?
Hazard! Okay!
Why is Freya so good right now?
Why is Frey so boring?
No, good. Why is
Oh.
she so good right now? Oh, you don't like Freya, do you?
Okay, as far as my bad, I think I filled in the blanks for what I wanted to hear there. Okay, the way I understand it, it's the okay. Sojourn was super strong on release because she had so much mobility, and despite her inconsistent shooting, it was still worth it to run the super mobile character. I'm assuming it's just another case of that, except you somehow make what's the guy? You somehow make Sojourn look immobile. So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We
we
are
don't have
getting
to talk about
started
that because
here.
we're not seeing that.
Yep, we're not seeing it. We've got a really interesting composition on this side of Cuddle Puddle. Birdfield on the Hanzo, swapping roles with Sanarki over on the
TP!
Tracer.
Wait, the
Whoa, what?
Wait, they
What
tried
is that?
TPing over, but I don't think they made it. Instead, they had to do the walk of shame underneath. It doesn't matter, they still took the space that they needed there, making it halfway through there. They do see the shield come up with the Ramatra, and they immediately assassinate Xerneas. The thing, it fails to go through. A little unfortunate there, but we're going through. Dixie is able to try to see. Oh, he's trying to punch out a couple things here. Unfortunately, the sudden blitz onto the points here after the collapse of their Baptiste does end up taking them down there.
That was like top 10 strategies of all time. That has to be like a highlight reel. They used the Haswall on the side of the building to TP over the top. What is that? And where was it yesterday?
It's like that illegal circuit royale play.
Yeah. Yeah,
Does they have
that's
to
not gonna be
restart
illegal
the
here. I hope they win because that was creative, and they should get creativity.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like if you throw enough skill and like knowledge checks, you got that. No, I mean, okay. What if I say that Freya is also kind of a like a skill check of like, do you know not to peek the fellow when she's floating in the air for the next 8 seconds? You know?
Yeah, I have to agree. And Synarchy swapping over to the Freya, getting out the Tracer, just not going to get anything done in this composition. We're running a Reaper Sim in the big 2-5.
Ripper's trying to do the rotation onto the side, but wait, hold on. Okay, so once again, we see the power of Freya being able to just fly into the sky, and while they're trying to get staged for the rotation, as far as I can tell, they just get pelleted bombarded with several shots from the Freya. You know, this Freya is kind of single-handedly keeping them in check and was able to build ultimate there. In fact, honestly, you might be able to use the Hanzo to cut them off and just have them push into the rest of them. Like I said, you have the Hanzo go in. The little Brooke is bruising, cruising for a bruising here, walking in onto the rest of them here. The Baptiste lamp does buy enough time. We do see that crazy. I thought it was a 3K, a 2K plus the lamp from Execute coming in. So they were just biding their time, seeing what they can do, and just eventually exploding onto the team of Cuddle Puddle here.
You have to give it.
Wait, the names are swapped.
Yeah. Oh, well. You gotta give it to Cuddle Puddle. I mean, what they're trying is incredibly entertaining and fun to watch, and it is working. I mean, you're getting ultimates out. The unfortunate thing, though, is you TP'd into Birdfield on Hanzo, and he is feeling himself today. Got a really quick 2K, and by the time Executed killed 2, I mean, the damage was already done. But coming into this fight, you're gonna have a lot more ultimates stacking up on both sides
Look
of the
how
team.
impressive it is. You just have these people
again.
pestering you on the side. So they do end up TPing across, ignoring the entire, rotation phase of this thing.
From
But
Dixie.
we do see the blade coming through, or no, sorry, the dragon going through, trying to force them out. The beat does get forced by it, and we do see a beats to also try to, exchange onto there. Once again, bro, Zern can't catch a break with the amount of pressure. The constant focus onto him, just consistently stacking him before the end of the, or like as the first pick of the fight there. In the meantime, the rest of them are just pushing on forward. Dixie's trying to deliver as long as he can, and he does end up, skedaddling away.
How do you prepare for this in Joki? Okay, we're seeing a good swap over to the far, knowing that there's going to be no hit scan pressure to deal with you. I like that swap, but I mean, how do you rotate against this? Hazard Wall isn't being used to displace. It's being used to set up TPs right now, as we see the window come out.
Wait, the direct? I don't know if that hit something important, but we do see. Well, hold on. Okay, so the lamp does buy enough time for the rest of their team to skedaddle away from Endorio's Death Blossom here. In the meantime, Dixie is trying to force onto the Symmetra. Symmetra is looking a little low, trying to TP out of the fight, but was not able to make it before getting finished off by Synarchy there. In the meantime, we do have our good fellow Nutterbutter trying to skedaddle on out, but he does get taken down before Cuddle can snag the
Okay,
top of this fight.
so Cuddle Puddle is going to recognize. Oh, they might be able to catch Execute.
Hold on.
They've got Fade. Okay.
Execute
Cuddle
is.
Puddle does recognize that the Sim Strat's over, the FAR is out, so they go over to the
The
Freya.
fun's over, so I have to cast Freya.
Yeah, this Freya, man. Both Freyas are just being annoying right now. Sonarki will have to see what he can do with his Freya ult. It's pretty much a cooldown right now, as well as executing with the Moria. They got 2 last time. Maybe they can do it again.
It's super important for them to be able to sit as far away as possible away from this stinking Moira ultimate, because I swear to Gali, they're gonna face the reckoning if they don't get that in check. Holy moly, with the barrage takes down 3 people. Birdfield coming in, saucing it up, finishing the rest of their team off here. I mean, Brick does end up getting the team back, but between Sonarki and Bird, they end up getting the combined 5k right there.
Yeah, I think Bertfield is definitely like just player of the match already. I mean, the match isn't even over yet, and he's just already done it. I mean,
Player of the
hit the barrage. Yeah, player of yes, player of yes. He got the barrage ready in like 30 seconds and just dumped that thing. Brooke almost made a huge play and blocked the Freya ult from Sonarki, but it didn't matter because Bertfield put 3 on a shirt. He put 3 on a t-shirt. And Jokey.
Yo, I'm gonna be a little biased as the commentator. I think it's so obnoxious to see the stinking, like, no fault to Sonarki here, playing the meta, but, I mean, seeing the Freya just, peppering you from the side, just, it's a little absurd, but we do end up seeing the swap to this Tracer Genji. It looks like they're gonna go all in, just making Xerneas try to not enjoy his life. Xerneas does end up snagging his way out there as much as he can. The beat does come through, trying to keep them alive, and in the midst of all this, traveling, trying to overextend, they do end up losing Execute, but it doesn't matter. They just snag 2 more people of their team here. A little Sonarki, what's the word? Freya? Yeah, Freya ultimate does come through, chunking out Nutter Butter pretty decently. Brooke is looking a little low without any supports near him, and they only have 30 seconds to try to finish up this cap.
I swear to God, I've seen more Genji deflects get a kill onto teammates than like anything else this entire showdown. This entire. Yeah, just this entire tournament so far.
You see this up to the ball. I think Brooke can sauce it up here. We're gonna see a little something. Skedaddle on in. He does lose almost all of his armor and his shields, so we're gonna see what he can do. He does end up securing the touch here, so he might be able to snag away. I mean, he's forced to get stuck in points. Xerneas finally getting his game back, saying, "Frick you and dare you." The annihilation does come through onto the overextended team of Cuddle Puddle, just completely pestering them down without some of their members here, and swiftly, Solar Eclipse is able to take that fight.
Yeah, the TP strat was cute, but the proper adaptations were made. So really good heads-up decision by Bertfield to swap to the Pharah and then to the Tracer after when it wasn't working anymore. And, Dixie wasn't talked about a lot, but he was doing a lot with his slows and his annihilation, getting really good use out of the punches here on the side of Solar Eclipse. Xerneas and Paperclip, they just kept each other alive for so long. I mean, when you're on that hazard comp, you gotta get the BAP. I mean, you gotta kill him. He's the most diveable target, and I just felt like they could never close the distance. One of the things that's often not talked about enough for the side of Cuddle Puddle is their consistent usage of Moria over Kiriko almost every single time. Every time they're running a rush comp, they're always running the Moria, they're never running the Kiri. And it's not like Kiri's banned, they're just choosing not to do it. The advantage of that is that you have quick burst damage and quick burst heals, but you don't have sustain. So if you have a team that just lives, aka BAP, you're just going to lose the fight naturally. That being said, we are going to see a good amount of sustain, not a lot of speed on the side of Cuddle Puddle. This time around on the ramp, Matra with the BAP on a backline instead. Execute was really good with the antis yesterday. Yeah, he does. He's dancing. He's tweaking out. Same comp on the side of Solar Eclipse. Bertfield on this Widow, trying to see what he can get done. Probably going to go for a pick, and you would imagine he's probably going to go Tracer.
Yeah.
Especially with the Surge ban.
I'm a gander here. They started swap, or no, they're running another double flex support backline here. So we're going to see what they can sauce it up here. In the meantime, we are seeing Bird coming out on the Widow. We're going to see if he can snaggle some, or you see something else. Ooh. Holy moly, Anna almost got her head taken up. I mean, to be honest, I'm just kind of looking at the Widow, but I should probably ignore that lest the audience get bored with my commentating. We do see the sleep getting hit, a shot onto the Dixie here. A bit of an exchange. Nemesis is forced from Dixie here, and Geo peeks just an ounce too far. Bert takes the opportunity to snag that shot. They are aggressing super hard, and despite not having a Nemesis, it feels like he has Nemesis at this point with how hard he's aggressing into you here. And just like that, almost as quickly as they took the last point. We see the same thing happening on the side of Solar. Easy shot.
What is Bird is just feeling himself today with these angles that he's taking. Then he just traced down that tracer, and he's dueling the Freya right now.
Okay, bro, all I'm saying is there's gotta be a stinking figure set advantage. I don't know what was going on there. I swear to Gali, Gio's head was not peeking in that situation. There was no angle for him to get a headshot. It is what it is, bro.
I don't know, I mean, blown up.
You know what? Yeah, deserve for Widow. Deserve for Widow.
Yeah.
He got his comeuppance.
He finally got punished, but we're gonna see.
We see an exchange on the front line here between Brook and Dixie. We're gonna see what ends up happening through there. I mean, Sonarchi ends up getting a little pick from there. Sleep goes out, but does not. Oh no, Sleep does hit Dixie here, so it does slow down their roll just a little bit. Brook is able to re-engage with an annihilation, or yeah, no, sorry, a nemesis form, trying to skedaddle on into them. But it looks like his team is looking a little low. I mean, he does still have his shield and an entire annihilation to like burst him up to heals, like to basically back to full. So it looks like they should have this under control. Xerneas does get taken down, and I think that should be it for the team fight right there. So Sonarchi getting a little exit frag.
Yeah, this duel on Freya between, oh my gosh, Bert was almost feeding for Endoryu there, but this duel between Sonarchi and Gio on the Freya has been exciting. Something interesting to note is Dixie's going to have the Annihilation, or Nutter Butter is going to have that Lucio beat. And Paperclip might be able to build the beat by the time Brook uses Annihilation here. We'll have to see what gets done here, and who's going to press that button and go first. No anti-out. Might be the go button.
Brook is trying to skedaddle on forward, and he really wants to use his little some just aggress into the middle of all of them. Once again, Xerneas faces the wrath of the enemy team here. Cuddle Puddle has it out for the brother. We're gonna see what else he can do. I think that's a cool 4K from him.
Yeah, cool, rare Ramatra 4K. I say rare, but it's not rare at all. I feel like Solar, they're coming up on 5 ults here to a big fat 0 on the side of Cuddle. I feel like we need to speed across and take that high ground because we're just letting this Freya do whatever the heck she wants with that Ana. Gotta close the distance. Maybe we can use a window to get us across here. We'll have to see what they get done with those ultimates and how they try to cycle them.
No, never mind. They're gonna run it. I was gonna say, what if they just run it down mid? We see exactly that. An easy 2, 3 deaths coming out of the side of Solar. Yeah. I was gonna say, man, if you gotta hold this, why don't just run it down mid?
Yeah. Why spend time color casting? Why spend time analyzing when you could just run it down main? Click your buttons and go. I mean, it seemed to work. The Ana can't do anything if you just walk. Brook swapping over to the Winston. This is interesting, especially because you only have like a couple ultimates to your name coming up. Good anti from Executing, but it's not going to probably amount to much here.
Bro, they hate Xerneas. They stinking hate this guy. Xerneas was caught a little bit with his fence down, trying to place it on the window, and was not able to put down the little immortality field. But in the meanwhile, the members of Solar Eclipse were able to snag a couple other kills here. I mean, not to say that Cuddle is snagging some of their own there. We are gonna see. It looks like they should have this point under control. Never mind, I forget. So I don't know. Okay, there was a singular patch. Okay, hold on. Dixie gets slept. I'm not sure. Hold on! From downtown, he gets the second lamp! He lives! Hold on. Xerneas was able to keep a brother alive. I mean, it was kind of chunked by that thing, and he will be anti. He's gonna have to live for just a little bit longer, but it won't be long enough because of the anti there. Once again, Xerneas is assassinated by Gio here. Let's see what else he can do.
They're still fighting this.
I mean, yeah, this is like that. I looked away from the kill feed and I suddenly see 3 people immediately going down. Sonarchi and Bert trying to do their darndest best to try to snag a couple of here. It's just gonna be 1v1 between a monkey and a tracer. Monkey does have his bubble, so I think he should be able to buy enough time. Dixie does swap to the
big peek is
Diva. Diva does have a snagging out Endoryu here. We're gonna see Diva just burning straight into the thing. The B does try to stabilize the rest of their team to wait for their Ana to come back into the fight here. A Monkey does end up trying to jump in here, Brook trying to see what he can do here, but I mean, I think it's good just to force out the Diva. Actually, yeah, Diva might almost lose neck. Never mind. I think a nice little Suzu does keep him in check. Monkey is very comfortable just jumping in, just because he's got a little battle rage coming up. But that
this
should
is an extremely prolonged fight on the side of Solar. I feel like if you're gonna make swaps, you just need to regroup and get together because the ultimates are now in favor of Cuddle Puddle, and as quickly as Solar could have won this map, they can lose this here. I mean, you're down on ultimates, and there's only a minute left.
I mean, I'll be honest. Hold on. Nano does come through, trying to keep the monkey tries to make some plays here, and he will end up juggling the poor Kiriko in the corner of the fight. Also demeching the diva in the process of that. That's a 3K for the monkey essentially. Holy moly, we were able to snipe that fight. My initial point was that a minute is still enough to build a couple of these ultimates. I mean, a lot of these ultimates will kind of land into each other, like be able to build into each other. So, as long as one person is able to get the touch within 20 seconds.
We gotta endure you. If you're Cuddle Puddle, you gotta come up big with this pulse bomb, and if you're Solar, you gotta die. You gotta not die to the pulse bomb. There's a lot of win cons here with ultimates coming up. You just have to live. That's your only job.
Gio needs to make sure that he snags a kill. If they're able to just aggress forward with the beat comes through in time to be able to tank the ultimate. And we finally do end up getting the touch here. Again, like I said before, we do see one ult landing into another, buying enough time. The beat buys enough time for the Akiri Kitsune, which buys enough time for the Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb forces them off the point, and that is Diva Bomb forces them off the point, and they end up taking the stinking game. Good golly.
Oh, that was so winnable for Cuddle Puddle. Solar made so many mistakes, and they C9. They forget to touch the points. You can't do that in Jokey. They forgot to touch the point. In the big 2-5, huge Diva Bomb from Dixie, to go ahead and pop that ultimate, and, Burt going crazy with that pulse bomb, and Xerneas getting the Kitsune rush out, but, they forgot to touch the point. They forgot to touch it. That's just, what else can we say?
Yeah.
We will be back in just a moment. On the other side of that C9 victory for Solar Eclipse, we do have an interview here from the side of Solar Eclipse, so it'll be just a few moments. You will not want to miss anything. We'll be right back. Okay, I gotta get him in. Welcome back to the other side of the Solar Eclipse and Cuddle Puddle victory. Solar winning 2-0 after a late heroic Diva Bomb that forced a C9, maybe? I'm not sure what happened there, but regardless, Solar Eclipse getting a win. We are here with two interview candidates, Paperclip, main support player and captain for Solar Eclipse, and Rev, tank player, DPS player for Solar Eclipse as well. How you guys doing today, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Doing good as well.
Of course. Alrighty, well, and Jokey, you can start us off.
Banger! Okay. I do wanna, okay, so I gotta ask, Rev, I have known you as a DPS player. I do wanna ask,
yes.
how has the transition been from DPS to tank?
Oh, I've had to think less. I kind of just walk and punch people.
Think less.
I get to just run it supports the whole game. It's pretty fun.
Any growing pains?
Holy.
Um, sometimes, sometimes if I like, I'm unsure of when to swap. Sometimes like it's still like a learning curve, but other than that, it's been really fun. It's been really fun playing RAM and stuff like that.
Playing RAM? Okay,
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun to turn off my brain.
yeah.
The 85% armor buff. I'm
I,
sure
don't- I
that
don't
is
I
a lot
don't
of fun.
I don't have to hit the craziest flex on a tracer trying to like 180 on me. So like it's been a lot less
True.
work than playing
Fair
DPS
enough.
if I'm being honest.
Fair enough.
Okay.
And so you guys did finally get a victory over Cuddle Puddle. Gonna be honest, you guys were, not projected to do pretty well in the series. You come out as the last game of the evening last night. You played Checkmate in such a close game that really could have gone either way. How do you guys rally back from that loss to come in and have such a dominant victory over Cuddle Puddle, who is no slouch of a team?
I think in part it had to do with the delay. We definitely
Yeah.
were a bit EPs as a team, and we kind of just got cold. But it was a little sad to lose that match. Being predicted
Mhm.
to lose like completely. It kind of put a little bit of weight on my shoulders and a little bit of pressure because I was like, man, like I gotta show these people that I'm not like
Yeah.
some loser. I'm not a doormat. We can play. We're here to compete. Solar has a
Mhm.
history of winning.
True.
So I was like, okay, like we got to keep up that legacy. So I'm glad that we didn't go down without a fight. And, as Rev was saying in the server earlier, we just found our footing. We just got a starting lineup, just about last week. So I think we did pretty good for, as a relatively new team. So I was pretty excited about that. So, and I'm really excited to see where we go, as we continue on this round robin.
Yeah. Rev, you have anything to add?
No, that basically sums it up. We just got a little sleepy. We just wanted to end it, so a lot of hero plays were coming out. Not
True.
finishing the hero plays. A lot of early picks on
Yeah.
us because we tried doing too many things at once. We needed to like simplify it. Got a little too creative, and it bit us in the butt in
Mhm.
the end.
Yeah, I agree. And speaking of hero plays, Burtfield. I mean, we gotta talk about him. He had
The guy.
kind of he kind of had the guy. He kind of had a bit of a quiet game that last map in Checkmate. I know there was some talk about it. Comes out today, puts any rumors to rest. I mean, it just felt like he was consistently getting a 3K, 4K, and was just taking over the series. So, I mean, what do you guys have to say about this guy? Because I mean, he was
Uh,
a relatively late trial coming in.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought we were good on players and trials, and then I like a LFT post from maybe like a month or so ago, over a month ago. This guy just randomly hits me up. Hey, you still looking for flex DPS? And then I literally went to Vert. I was like, you think I should answer him, or should we just run it with what we have? He's like, oh, it doesn't hurt to check. And it's a good thing I didn't ignore him because this guy is a dog.
Yeah, dog is a good way to describe him. For sure. Well, that's all the questions I have. Oh, I just lost my mic. LOL. Jokey, if you have any. Yep.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay, okay. I'll be honest. I was a little intrigued by that second game. Okay, I have to ask. They really did not want your backline to have a lot of fun in that Midtown map. I was seeing them consistently focus Zern and Paperclip you. I was gonna ask, how were the comms? Did it just feel like another, like just another Saturday, or?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember. I calmed. I think I calmed how I usually calm, but I am a very loud person. So it probably sounded like I was freaking out, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Rev, because I'm in the moment. Like I don't remember how I sound. I don't know if Rev can answer for that.
It's very
I don't.
intense.
It's
I'm
one
gonna be
day.
honest.
Very
I kind of
passionate.
forgot. I am very passionate. I am very passionate.
You really want to win this free weekend tourney?
Yeah.
Love to see that the vibes and energies are still up. You guys do have another game that you guys got to get ready for, so we will send you off to go play for that. But before you go, are there any shout outs or anything that you'd like to say before we send you guys off?
I have one really quick. I would like to shout out Monty. He was originally supposed to be a player for us. Ended up tearing out in support. Unfortunate, but he's been locking in as a coach. Like just today, I think he did 2 VOD reviews. He did one for Paperclip and he did one for Burtfield. Like literally right like before our match, he was like trying to make sure we were all ready and stuff like that. So he's been a really good help. Like even though he wasn't able to play for the team because he teared out, and stuff like that, he's been still wanting to basically be a part of the team and still help as much as he can.
Man, I love that. That's heartwarming. Favorite clip?
I'd like to shout out Laura, my co-captain. You know, she helps to. What was that, man? she helps
Be
to find
nice.
those she helps to find those scrims and like help make decisions because like my biggest struggle is like I'm a very indecisive person, so I'm glad that I have someone that I can like confide to about team decisions. So I really appreciate that, and I want to shout out like the rest of the team. I know we have a lot of peeps, and so I feel kind of bad whenever one person doesn't have playtime, and I'm glad that everyone's very like mature about it. I want to say like
Mhm.
no one's upset if they maybe don't get a map, um, or at least they're not telling me if they're upset. Um, I just like personally, I feel bad when someone doesn't get to play, just because I want everyone to be able to shine. So yeah, I just want to shout out the rest of my team for being so patient.
Wow. Just love that you guys are coming together. Definitely a team that will always have my heart and that I will root for, that I try to not be biased about when I'm casting. But that is all that we need from you guys today. So you guys are free to go to your other game that we are kind of behind on. So shoo, get out of here. But thank you so much for coming, Favorite Clip and Rev, and best of luck in y'all's next game.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll be bias
Appreciate,
free.
appreciate
Yep. All right. For us today, thank you for joining. And we are going to be taking a bit of a break. We have another stream coming in at the end of the night. It's going to be Checkmate versus Ratmokers. Currently, it's going to be Solar Eclipse versus Ratmokers on the B stream. So make sure you tune in for all the action, and we will guys see you at around an hour and maybe an hour and a half from now. Who knows? It'll be announced. Goodbye.